Hello, YouTubers. This is 777 Die Hard Forever, coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today, I'll be doing a review on an Inflight vintage US Airways Airbus A330-300 in their last livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I pre-ordered and purchased this model from Waffle Collectibles, and their website address is www.wafflecollectibles.com. But first, before I go into details about this particular vintage aircraft model, please allow me to share some information about the history of US Airways and how they actually came about. US Airways was an American-based airline that was founded in 1937 as All American Aviation Incorporated in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania by DuPont family brothers Richard C. DuPont and Alexis F. DuPont Jr. and officially commenced operations 2 years later in 1939 and operated under that airline's name until 1949 when the company was renamed All American Airways, as it switched from air mail to passenger service and operated under that airline's name until it was changed again to Allegheny Airlines on January 1st, 1953, and operated under the Allegheny Airlines name for 26 years until the airlines changed its name to US Air in 1979, following the 1978 passage of the Airline Deregulation Act, which took place the year before in 1978, which allowed the airline to expand its route network into the southeastern part of the United States of America. Then fast forward to 1997, and that's when US Air changed its airline name to US Airways and operated under the US Airways name until the airline was eventually acquired by American Airlines on December 9, 2013, and officially ceased operations as an airline on October 17, 2015. Prior to the merger with American Airlines in 2013, U.S. Airways was one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America, whereas the corporate headquarters of U.S. Airways was located in Tempe, Arizona, while the airline's main hub and base of operations was located on the grounds of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, which is located approximately 3 miles southeast of downtown Phoenix, Arizona, and Maricopa County, Arizona. Whereas the other operational hubs of U.S. Airways was located on the grounds of Charlotte Douglas International Airport, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Philadelphia International Airport, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Reagan Washington National Airport, located in the Washington, D.C. suburb of Arlington, Virginia. U.S. Airways previously flew to 193 destinations in 24 countries across 3 inhabited continents, with an operating fleet of 331 aircraft that included 24 Airbus A330s, in which 15 of those were the Airbus A330-200, while the remaining 9 of those were the Airbus A330-300s, including this one you're looking at here. And in addition to the 331 aircraft that previously operated in the U.S. Airways fleet, the airline also had unfulfilled orders for an additional 57 more aircraft, which included 4 more Airbus A330-200s, as these aircraft, as well as the carrier's aircraft orders, were eventually transferred over to American Airlines after the merger acquisition that took place between American Airlines and U.S. Airways on October 17, 2015. U.S. Airways previously operated as a certified 3-star airline carrier according to the international airline review firm Skytrax Magazine, and the Airbus destination code for U.S. Airways on this particular aircraft was 23X. Alright everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box here, and you see the top of it, you see the aircraft type, the U.S. Airways title, the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the registration ship number, the Inflight 200 decal, the next generation of 1/200 scale diecast aircraft model, and item number information you see at the front of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the box, and what you see pretty much is the Inflight 200 decal and the logo, the warning information, the scan code bar there, as well as the item number at the back of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see is the aircraft type, the U.S. Airways billboard title, the computer-generated picture of the aircraft, the registration ship number, the 1/200 scale model information, the website of in-flight models, the item number, as well as the in-flight logo you see at the top of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the bottom of the box. It's pretty much the same information at the top of the box I showed you earlier on, okay? All right, now you're looking at the customized model stand that came with the model, pretty strong and sturdy. And then the bottom of the model stand, you see this custom-made plaque right here. And inside this custom-made plaque is the airline's logo, the U.S. Airways title, the aircraft type, as well as the model scale information you see inside that customized plaque. And then you come up here, you see this black pattern right here. The sole purpose of that black pattern, everyone, is that pad not only protects your model, it also prevents it from being damaged or scratched when you decide to put your aircraft model in this particular model stand, okay? Now you're looking at this plastic bag, and what you see inside this plastic bag are the actual gear replacement doors for this particular aircraft model, featuring the two little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors for this particular aircraft model, okay? All right, with all that information out of the way about the history of U.S. Airways and how they came about and ended up being acquired by American Airlines, plus all the details here at the front of the box and the so-called information at the back of the box, plus the actual model stand that came with the model, as well as the gear replacement doors inside this plastic bag here, featuring the two little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors. With no further ado, everyone, here is the actual model out of the packaging box. Let's check it out. There it is, everyone. The Inflight Vintage U.S. Airways Airbus A330-300 in their last livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. Alright, allow me to share you some information about the livery scheme you see displayed on this aircraft model, as this was the final livery scheme of U.S. Airways, which was unveiled sometime after the 2005 merger acquisition between U.S. Airways and American West Airlines, that a light gray/white livery scheme was better suited to preserve the aircraft from summer heat in Phoenix, Arizona, and Las Vegas, Nevada, respectively, as the livery scheme actually incorporated the colors from 4 airlines that actually became U.S. Airways as a result. Alright, the red and blue, which would be the cheat line right here, and this right here, in the U.S. Airways billboard title, as well as the tail fin of the aircraft. That came from Allegheny Airlines and Piedmont Airlines. And then the white, which is the fuselage here, the red right there, as well as the orange, which would be the tail fin of the aircraft right there. That color, and the wavy gray lines right here, that came from American West Airlines. And red and orange, which would be this right here and there right there, that came from Pacific Southwest Airlines, as this livery scheme was the airline's signature trademark livery scheme until January 2014, shortly after the merger between U.S. Airways and American Airlines became official. The entire U.S. Airways fleet was eventually painted in the current American Airlines livery scheme. So, with all that information out of the way about this particular livery scheme, which was pretty nice and unique to say the least, with no further ado, let us get down to the nitty-gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's check out and let's begin. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side. We're going to start at the front of the aircraft first, where you see the front nose landing gears, the landing gear struts, the landing gear door featuring the fleet number on that nose gear door, 275. And then you see the P2s and the static ports, what have you, the radar nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. I'm going to give you a better visual view of those details later on in the model review. But between the cockpit windows and the L1 entrance door is the Star Alliance decal, which is this decal you're looking at right here. And U.S. Airways became the 15th member when it joined the Star Alliance on May 4, 2004, which now consists of 26 airline members from 5 inhabited continents. And this alliance includes Air Canada, Lufthansa, SAS Scandinavian Airlines System, Thai Airways International, and United Airlines as the 5 founding members, and operated under the Star Alliance until March 30, 2014, when U.S. Airways left Star Alliance and joined the One World Alliance shortly after U.S. Airways was acquired by American Airlines on December 9, 2013. And then to the right of the L1 entrance door is the U.S. decal, which is this right here, this little decal you see right there. And that decal actually represents the 4 airlines that was actually incorporated by and eventually became U.S. Airways as a result. Allegheny Airlines, American West Airlines, Pacific Southwest Airlines, and Piedmont Airlines, respectively. And then you're looking at the airline's corporate logo, which sits next to the U.S. Airways billboard title, which is this little logo you see right there. This was the last corporate logo for American-based carrier U.S. Airways, as this stylized logo actually resembles that of the American flag decal, as this logo can also be visibly seen on the wingtip device. I'm going to show you that right now. There on the wingtip device there, as well as on the tail fin of the aircraft. There. Awesome. All right, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft, and underneath the wings, you're looking at the outer landing bogey gears here. You see on this side right here, which includes the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And then you're looking at these big, massive engines here, and these are the Pratt & Whitney PW4168 Alpha turbofan type engines that were used on this particular U.S. Airways Airbus A330-300 jetliner aircraft. You also see the engine cones right there, which is looking more realistic in detail. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around, and we're going to actually find out if the turbofan blades do spin. Let's check it out. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the port/left side. Sorry about that. The port/left side. And let's see if the turbofan blades spin here. Yes, perfect. And then there's the inboard landing light right there underneath the wing you see there, as well as the front visual view of the outer landing bogey gears here on the side of the aircraft, which includes the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard/right side of the aircraft. And does the fan blade spin over here as well? Yes. And then there's the inboard landing light right there underneath the wing you see right there, as well as the front visual view of the outer landing bogey gear on this side of the aircraft. That includes the landing gear struts as well as the actual landing gear doors as well. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the radome nose cone, the front nose landing gear doors, the landing gear lights inside of the front nose landing gear doors, the landing gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the front nose landing gears. All right, now you're looking at the blue painted wingtip device that features the Airlines logo that I showed you earlier right there, as well as the red navigation light you see right there on the edge next to this blue painted wingtip device. All right, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and right above the red cheat line is the American flag decal, which is this decal you're looking at right here. And this flag decal actually represents the country where U.S. Airways used to operate from as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America until the airline was acquired by American Airlines on December 9, 2013. And right next to the American flag decal is the registration ship number, November 275 Alpha Yankee, which is this registration ship number you see there. Registration ship number November 275 Alpha Yankee. This particular aircraft was the 6th Airbus A330-300 jetliner aircraft that actually entered the U.S. Airways fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on November 15, 2000, and was originally delivered to U.S. Airways as registration ship number November 675 U.S. on December 7, 2000. Then the registration ship number on this particular aircraft was eventually changed to registration ship number November 275 Alpha Yankee on August 15, 2006, and operated in the U.S. Airways fleet for 13 years until it was eventually acquired by American Airlines after the merger acquisition between U.S. Airways and American Airlines took place on December 9, 2013, and operated in the American Airlines fleet in their livery scheme from December 2013 up until this aircraft was eventually withdrawn from service on March 31, 2020. Then this aircraft was ferried to the Roswell International Air Center storage facility, which is located in Roswell, New Mexico, shortly thereafter, where this aircraft is currently stored up at as of May 2022, or at the time of this video review posting. All right, now looking at the tail fin of the aircraft, where it's painted mostly in reddish orange here, white, and the multicolors of blue as well as gray, which resembles that of the Airlines logo, which I mentioned earlier, resembles that of the American flag decal. Okay. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft. What you're looking at right now is the APU, Auxiliary Power Unit exhaust hole, and there's an actual hole there. And then underneath the APU is a couple little dots right there. Those are the strobe lights, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Let's check it out. All right, there it is. The vintage U.S. Airways Airbus A330-300 in their last livery scheme from the rear view angle. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard / right side of the aircraft, where you see the front nose landing gears, the landing gear struts, the landing gear door featuring the fleet number 276. See the P2 static ports right there, the radome nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the Star Alliance decal, the U.S. Airways billboard title, the Airlines logo right there, and as well as the front cargo container loading door you see there on this side of the aircraft. All right, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft, and starting at the top, you got a better visual view of the airline's corporate logo right there. And then underneath the wings, you're looking at the Pratt & Whitney PW4168 Alpha turbofan type engines you see right here. And there's the engine cone, as well as the side visual view of these landing bogey gears, including the landing gear struts, as well as the actual landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the blue painted winglet wingtip device on the starboard / right side of the aircraft, featuring the airline's corporate logo displayed on this winglet wingtip device there, as well as the green navigation light displayed right there next to this winglet wingtip device as well. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, and what you're looking at is the rear cargo container loading door, the AFT boat bin door, the American flag decal, the registration ship number, and see like little gray detail right there, little gray stripe details right there, as well as the reddish orange and the multicolored blue painted tail fin of the aircraft, featuring the airline's corporate logo displayed on this tail fin as well. All right, before I show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view, as well as the undercarriage belly view in its entirety in full detail, please allow me to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. So we're going to check that out right now. Rolls pretty good. Okay, awesome. The gears tilt, the aircraft model tilts, as you see there. And the front nose landing gear swivels as well. You can see there, there, and there. So with no further ado, let's check out this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. Let's check it out. All right, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view, where you see the radome nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, and then you slide up this way, looking at the top of it, see a high frequency antenna, an ADF antenna, and then you see the U.S. Airways billboard title, as well as the corporate logo on both sides. And then you see the anti-collision beacon light right there. Another high frequency antenna. And then there's the vertical stabilizer known as the tail fin of the aircraft, as well as the horizontal stabilizer you see there, featuring a little black dot right there, as well as the black dot on this side here as well. Those little black dots, everyone, are actually called illuminator lights, and the sole purpose of those illuminator lights is that it actually used to light up this tail here when it used to fly during nighttime. Now let's check out the engines and the wings. You see the engines there. The top of the wing, no wing walkway, but at least you got the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve. And then there's the winglet wingtip device on this side of the aircraft. Yeah, that's got to be the fuel dump valve right there. Right in there somewhere. Okay, let's check out the engines over here, as well as the top of the wings there. You got the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. Warning information. Fuel dump valves in there somewhere, as well as the blue painted wingtip device on this side of the aircraft as well. Now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model, where it's mostly white, red, and blue. We're going to start at the front here, the radome nose cone. Then you see the A330 decal right there. That's what this aircraft type is. And then you see the crew escape hatch door, the front nose landing gear door, as well as the front nose landing gear. And then you slide up this way, the Inflight logo, the anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in at, a couple high frequency antennas, and then there's the APU housing doors right there, as well as the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out the gears over here. Tilt pretty good. There's the engines right there, as well as the wings underneath. Includes the flaps, slats, aileron supports, what have you. Oh yeah, fuel dump valve right there, as well as the winglet wingtip device featuring the Airlines logo on this side of the aircraft. Now let's check out the gears over here. Gears tilt pretty good. The engine's there, as well as the wings underneath. Includes the flaps, slats, aileron supports, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the blue painted wingtip device featuring the Airlines logo on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, since I showed you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view as well as the undercarriage belly view in its entirety in full detail, now I'm going to put it on that nice little metal model stand over there you see there that I showed you earlier. So no further ado, everyone, here is the model on the stand. Let's check it out. All right, finally got this model on the stand, no problem, no hesitation. As you see it being displayed in a takeoff landing position with the gears on there being displayed on the model stand. Now I'm gonna let this model rotate in a clockwise rotation, starting with the port side you're looking at now. Looking at the tail cam of the aircraft. The starboard side of the aircraft. The front of the aircraft. And back to the port side of the aircraft. All right, before I take this model to stand, I got it at this angle for a reason, and the reason is the magnetic gears that actually came with this model. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them all off, let you see what I'm talking about. Starting with the front nose landing gear first. You see there? That's magnetic. The outer landing bogey gear here on the port side, that's magnetic there as well. And the outer bogey on the starboard side, which is also magnetic as well. Now, since I got all these gears off this model, I'm gonna let you see this model at a different angle in flight mode position without the gears. Check it out. Now you're viewing this model on the stand in flight mode / gears up position without the gears, as you can see there. Now you got one or two options how you want to display your model from this point on. If you want to continue to display it like this in flight mode / gears up position without the gears on the model, that's fine. You see these gear replacement doors inside this plastic bag featuring the two little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors. That's the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors, so you can substitute your gears while you display your model like this in flight mode / gears up position without the gears. Or you can do like I do, just keep them in the gear down position. Gears up, gear down, your choice. I choose to leave mine on there because it adds more value to the model. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model off the stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model review. All right. All right, the seating configuration. The U.S. Airways Airbus A330-300 jetliner aircraft seated 291 passengers in a two-class configured cabin layout. All right, everyone, here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 7, which will be from here to about right here. You had 28 Envoy business class fully flatbed suites, and rows 8 to 41, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You had an additional 263 economy class seats, which brought the total to 291 seats. And finally, and also prior to the merger with American Airlines in 2013, U.S. Airways previously employed their Airbus A330-300s on routes to worldwide destinations from Charlotte, North Carolina, to worldwide destinations such as Cancun, Mexico, Frankfurt, Germany, London Gatwick, London Heathrow, Munich, Germany, Paris Charles de Gaulle, and Phoenix, Arizona, and Rome Fiumicino, and from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to Cancun, Mexico, Dublin, Ireland, Frankfurt, Germany, London Heathrow, Los Angeles, California, Manchester, England, Madrid, Spain, Munich, Germany, Orlando, Florida, Paris Charles de Gaulle, Rome Fiumicino, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Venice, Marco Polo, Italy, and Zurich, Switzerland, and from Phoenix, Arizona to Charlotte, North Carolina. Those were the routes. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it, if you can get your hands on it. Your only outside chance of getting this model at this point, if you can find it there, is on eBay. I can tell you right now, most of the deals are pretty much sold out of this model. But if you can snatch this model up, please do so. Highly recommend it. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. And above all, please stay safe, everyone. Peace.